Today is National Agriculture Day. Hug a farmer. No, don't. They have a lot of dangerous equipment. Anyway, it's a great time to celebrate this incredibly important sector because egg prices have plummeted. And you know it's a big old drop because the Democrats have not made a peep over it. Remember this?
Families go to the grocery store and they can't afford milk or eggs or cereal that their kids like.
The price of eggs is skyrocketing out of control. Inflation is on the way up.
For too many families across New York and across the country, far too many, have been shell-shocked by higher egg prices instead of focusing on things ordinary Americans care about, like the price of groceries. The president owes the American people some answers.
Oh, my goodness. He was so pleased with shell-shocked, wasn't he? Here's your answer, Chuck Schumer. On February the 21st, a dozen eggs were $8.15. Yesterday, they fell to $3.45.
Joining us now, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. Madam Secretary, fantastic to see you as always. What say you? Supplies are up, prices are down. Serve it up to the Democrats.
Well, listen, here's what we know. When President Trump took office, we were in a insane 2, 3, 4-year skyrocketing of prices, not just for all food, which ran around 25% on top year over year, but most importantly for eggs, which were 237% higher than when we left office in the first Trump administration, 237% higher. There were a lot of reasons for that. The biggest one, the driver, was the avian bird flu, which caused supply to drop. And of course, with supply and demand and economics of scale, that's just what happens. But the Biden administration did not do really anything about it. They kind of talked about it a little bit, then they sort of shelved it, then they talked about it a little bit more. Well, 3 weeks ago, we rolled out a very bold plan. It had 5 different points: biosecurity, locking the barns down, much quicker repopulation, getting the birds back in place to lay again, deregulating all of the crazy Biden rules. Number 4, importing for the short term some eggs from other countries, not for the long term, but for the short term. And number 5, the long-term research and development needed for therapeutics and vaccines to try to fix this problem, but it wasn't going to happen overnight. So we rolled that out. We began talking to other countries around the world. We worked, I think we've had over 150 audits of barns around the country of significant egg-laying producers. And at the end of the day, Dagan, the economy reacted to that. The market reacted to bold plans, to disruptive plans for the time to really do the right thing for the American people, but also for the American poultry farmer. So we're really proud where we are now. Let me hedge for just a minute. We're moving into Easter. The prices may creep up a little bit, but I think we're past the tough part, and I'm really, really proud of all of our producers. I'm proud of the White House, and it's been a great honor to be part of this.
Well, it seems to me you're pretty on top of it, Brooke Rollins. It is great to see you. I think this is the first time I've seen you since you got this job. I want to congratulate you and ask you about a new package of assistance that's going directly to agricultural producers. What's going on with that?
Well, today is National Agriculture Day, which I think needs to be a month, right? If you eat, you should go hug a farmer, Dagan, as you said. If you had breakfast or lunch or dinner today, you need to go thank your farmer because they are the ones who are producing the food and the fuel and the fiber for not only America, but for the world. Yes. But here's the problem. Over the last 4 years, we have moved into what was a $0 trade deficit under Trump 1 to a $49 billion trade deficit that Biden moved us into. That's $49 billion less money that our agriculture producers, that's just the ag trade deficit, what they have had to deal with. At the same time, we've had the cost of inputs for our farming community increase 30%. We have lost tens of thousands of family farms in the last 4 years or so, and it is a very difficult time for our farmers and our ranchers. At the end of last year, Congress realized that because a farm bill, which is a whole other show and a whole other discussion for another time, but the farm bill did not get done in the last administration. So as a result, a lot of our farmers and ranchers are literally on the brink of bankruptcy if they haven't already filed. What this $10 billion will do that Congress passed around Christmas last year, that we announced today at record speed, is moving out. If the paperwork goes in today, they will start receiving funding to make up for those losses, disaster and otherwise, within 3 to 5 business days. It is remarkable. By the way, when Biden tried to do this, they got caught up in DEI and trying to prioritize farmers based on skin color and all the other divisive stuff. All of that is now out the window. We are prioritizing getting money out to our farmers and our ranchers that need it, that have to have it to move forward, to plant this season. And I'm really proud of our USDA team for doing such a great job.
And all the media minion chicken scratchers can do is try and frighten the American people and report on how President Trump's deporting farm workers is going to put farms out of business, or the tariff tantrums over and over and over again. And just support American farms.
Yes,
Don't try and foment fear.
That's right.
It's an unbelievably important industry. It's a world-beating industry if we support it. And that's what you're doing, Brooke Rollins, so we love it.
Oh, thank y'all so much. You know, my very first phone call after I was sworn in by Justice Clarence Thomas a month ago, I think it's my 30-day anniversary yesterday, was from President Trump. And he said, you have to tell the farmers I have their back.
Yes.
I have a vision. They will see greater prosperity than they've seen in their lifetimes under a Trump administration. They just have to bear with me as we work to realign the economic system around doing what's right for America. And that's what he's doing. So what an honor to get to do it with him.
Amen.
Fantastic. Thank you, Brooke Rollins. Great to see you today.